Let's clean a knife. What's going on, guys? It's Joe with Hendo Daily, and welcome back to another episode of Knife Talk. So today we're gonna take apart and clean my WE Mini Malice. Shouldn't be too dirty in there. I'm pretty good about keeping this one cleaned and maintained, but it has been long enough that we're gonna go ahead and take it apart. And while we do that, we're gonna talk about pocket clips. So pocket clips, and I'm also including sheaths in this as well, because obviously that's the pocket clip for a fixed blade essentially. Those make a huge difference in how you carry your knife. Are these T8s? Wow, I should have known that. That's embarrassing, guys. These are T8s, not T6s. Pocket clips make a huge difference in how you carry a knife. And I feel more passionate about the sheath of a fixed blade than I do the clip of a pocket knife. But I would also make a big deal about a pocket knife or a clip as well. So let's look at the different types of pocket clips we got, right? There's just standard, I think of a standard knife pocket clip. I think of like this one this was actually on my Benchmade Mini Griptilian. Not a deep carry, just a standard clip, super tight. And honestly, in my opinion, not my favorite whatsoever. At the end of the day, I mean, as long as a clip holds your knife in your pocket, then you're good. But obviously, we all have preferences in our EDC. That is why I swapped that out with the mini deep carry from Benchmade for my Mini Griptilian, because I've been carrying this one a lot more than my bug out recently. And honestly, side note, try not to get too distracted in this one. This knife has been just a killer the last, I don't know, several weeks that I've been carrying it consistently and more frequently. The thing is awesome, man. Like, I'm so glad I threw this pocket clip on here, because that was the main reason why I stopped carrying it so much, was because this clip on this knife just sucked. Like, it was just bad. Like, it was so tight against the grip on there on the scales, and it was just shredding my pockets. And I got onto the deep carry train, and I'm not going back, because like it is just so much better. And in some cases it doesn't make as big a difference, but for this knife in particular, deep carry is definitely the way to go. So like I said, those clips, pocket clips, can make a huge difference, and I feel like everybody would agree with me on that, because if you can't carry a knife comfortably, like, you stop carrying it. Case in point, Benchmade Mini Griptilian that I just showed y'all. Like, I stopped carrying that knife, a great knife, a classic knife, because the pocket clip sucked. And it took me too long to realize, like, hey, I should just, I don't know, put a different clip on there. And not thinking that I had a great deep carry clip the whole time on my Benchmade bug out. So I'm glad I made that swap, because I carry it so much more now. I mean, so much more. I'm really hoping I don't get too distracted and forget what parts are what. Oh yeah, that's not too bad at all, guys. So you've got a lot of different styles of clips. Wire pocket clips, which I don't think I have any knives with a wire pocket clip, come to think of it. Then you've got, what else you got? Pop that out of there. You've got deep carry, standard. I don't know, like what? I feel like that's really a lot. Let me look at some of my knives in here. See, like that's a deep carry. Then you've got, I do like, even though I don't carry it anymore or as much, the Lynch Northwest clip that I put on my Spyderco. That thing, the original clip for the Spyderco knives, those are just as much trash in my opinion as the standard clip on a Benchmade. Like, that thing sucked. I mean, this knife was already like not my favorite carrying, but then with that pocket clip, holy crap, man. The fact that it came tipped down, I don't know, man. Like, Obviously, that's just how they put it from the factory, whatever. That's why you have the customizations you can do. But these Lynch Northwest clips are awesome. And I should probably get one for my mini Griptilian now that I'm thinking about it, because I love this color. The industrial, what is it called? Basically, like the industrial. Oh my god, that's gonna drive me nuts. I'll have to throw it in the video up here. But this clip is awesome. I love the look of it. I love the deep carry. It's just really cool, and it adds a little pop of color, a little bit of individuality to the knife, right? So that clip is super cool. The Ultratech Microtech clip is not bad. It's not really a deep carry, but it doesn't like stick out super far either. I don't mind this clip at all. This one's not bad. Like that fits in the pocket real well. But everything else, kind of sucks. Like in my opinion, if it's not a deep carry clip, outside of, see, I keep going back and forth, man. I guess it's really just depends on situational, because the Mini Malice does not have a deep carry clip, but I love this titanium clip that matches with the handle scales. Like it is so nice. There's been a few pair of jeans or a few pockets that it's caught on, pulling it out, and I can feel it catching or snagging on the pants pocket. So that, obviously that drives me nuts, but it is what it is. Like it's not a terrible clip. Oop. And we're dropping stuff. So yeah, so it's not a terrible clip. I just know with certain pants or certain shorts, I'm not going to carry this knife because it just drives me nuts. Yeah, guys, this really is not that dirty, but that's all right because we're still going to give it a good cleaning. Where I do get super particular and almost aggressive, I would say, is when a fixed blade has just a crappy sheath, because that can make or break a fixed blade for sure. My favorite type of sheath is, and what got me onto that was this on my Gerber Principal. Now, is this knife super great? Yeah, it's pretty good. It's all right. It's all right. But I fell in love with the sheath. And again, to show how much the sheath or the pocket clip or whatever is important, is this was not my best knife. It's not, I mean, it's 420, right? Yeah, 420 HC steel. I mean, it's not bad. It's good steel. But like, I carried this just because, like, as my camping knife for a while, just because of the sheath. Because I love that where it sits and where it hangs as far as the handle to belt ratio. And I love that it has this little bit that sticks out, so it's not riding flat against my hip, and it sticks off my hip just enough that I can comfortably reach down. That thumb ramp makes a big difference too. I can comfortably reach down, pull this thing out with no issues, and completely comfortable without having to look and put it back in its sheath. That is why I fell in love with this knife. And even though I would have much rather carried my SE4 at the time, camping, the sheath was not great. Or not necessarily the sheath, but the belt clip on it was not great because it just rode up too high and it dug into my hip. And then obviously when I found Sagewood gear and their belt loop attachment, this was the one I had on my Zula 2, and also the same one, only bigger, that I have on my SE4. Same thing. Where the clip and the butt of the knife meet is the perfect ratio, and it sticks off just enough from my hip that I can comfortably reach down, pull it out, and stick it back in with full confidence that I'm not going to stab myself in the side. So this Sagewood gear, excellent sheath option, or rather belt loop option for the sheath. Same with my Saddle Mountain Skinner. Beautiful leather sheath. I don't know if it's Kydex or just plastic inside. I'm assuming just plastic by the look of right here. But where the belt loop sits makes it perfect for me. So I can comfortably reach down, pull it out, put it back in without any hesitation and full confidence that I'm not going to stab myself in the side. because of where it sits and how it pulls off a little bit from the hip. Another option, not my favorite, is Tech Lock. I mean, there's nothing really overall wrong with it, but because of where it sits, it makes the handle sit way up higher. I've gotten so used to my knife dangling off my belt that something like this is just not my favorite. Whether it's, vertical or scout carry. I threw this on here to make it scout carry just for fun. I haven't actually worn it or tried it out yet, but just to make it fun, I threw it on there scout carry, and I don't know. It just, anything to where the handle sits above the belt drives me nuts, because then it's digging into my hip, and as much as I'm moving around, or even if I'm just sitting in my office chair at work is digging into my hip, and it drives me nuts. And that was kind of the same for when I got my Kaiser deckhand. Great sheath. I like the taco style sheath, but the clip, again, puts it way up there to where the handle is just digging into my side and drives me nuts. I still carried it. I still put it on my belt like that, and I got used to it for a little bit when I first picked this knife up. And this is actually the first knife my brother and I got as like matching knives, I guess. And so I love this knife, but I have not carried it as much recently because of the clip. And my brother told me he just took the clip off and he just threw this in his pocket up front, like an in pocket knife. No clip, none of that. So I thought that's not a bad idea. Maybe I could give that a try. So maybe going to try that. And then the other one, also on the list of good sheaths is this Mora. Same thing. This is clearly my style of sheaths that I love, is where it hangs in relation to the handle and the belt, and how much it sticks off my side that I can comfortably reach down and grab it. So Mora knife and sheath, great sheath. Now, polarizing topic of ulti clips. I think ulti clips are great and a great concept, and I can see why a lot of people use them for in pocket, carry in pocket for little fixed blades. I've carried this one, or any knife that I've put an ulti clip on, I will put it into my back right pocket, so that way this side of the knife is butted up against the side of the pocket, and then this is clipped down as tight as I can towards the middle. So that way it's kind of buttoned up right there and it's not sliding around too much. So ulti clip is middle of the road for me. It's usable. I like it on these smaller EDC fixed blades like the Muskrat or the deckhand. Even the drop bear fixed, I had it on there for a minute until I swapped this, and it works. It works well enough. Again, it's not my favorite, but it worked well enough that I was able to carry it. And so that's why I've been keeping it on the Muskrat, because I still like to carry this knife, and I'll carry it in my back right pocket of my jeans as long as I have this ulti clip on there. And that's really your only option with the taco style, I feel like, because unless you're going to carry it scout carry, that's really, I think, the only option for me that I would prefer. So that makes the biggest difference, is how a sheath carries. And honestly, I'd love to hear from you guys, like what your biggest pet peeve is for a pocket clip, or a sheath for a fixed blade, for that sake, or for that matter. So I mean, let me know, what do you guys prefer? What do you like? What do you like to see in that fixed blade sheath or that pocket clip? And I would like to hear from some of y'all about wire pocket clips. I mean, I can't see why there'd be anything crazy wrong with it, but I am curious, if there's really like that big of a difference in a wire clip, or like what the point of the wire clip is, if it's just more aesthetics and design, or if it has a more intentional purpose. I would love to hear from you guys on that one, because I've never owned, as far as I can remember, a pocket knife with a wire clip on it. So let me know, what y'all think about that, and let me know what gotta put the washer on there. We almost lost that one. Did you guys see that? Let me know what y'all think, like what your favorite pocket clip is. Deep carry, standard. That's the point of this episode, is, talking about what we like, what our styles are, what our preferences are, and maybe, it'll lead to somebody finding something new that they like that they didn't know. And I don't know. So just let me know what y'all think. What's your preference on this part? Always drove me nuts trying to get it back on there. Like lining it up just right. There we go. What's your favorite type of pocket clip is? And what you think. Ooh, let's get this cleaned out. What you think is the best style and what you prefer. And mainly, I also really, really want to hear what you guys prefer for. Definitely gotta get more of that out. What you guys prefer for a fixed blade in your sheath style, because you scout carry people, I have the utmost respect for you on how you do that. Mainly the resheathing of the knife in scout carry. Like, I guess I'm trying to think of like what's going to be the most practical, quick deployment, redeployment of a fixed blade knife in scout carry. I feel like you got to really feel around for it and try not to mess yourself up and not stab yourself in the lower back. Get in there. So let me know what you guys that scout carry knives, like how you do it. Honestly, let me know how you do it, because I don't get it, and I don't understand how y'all can do it. I knew I was going to do that. I don't understand how y'all can do it, and like, I don't know. But let me know. I would love to hear from you guys on this one. See if I can get this down just right. Yeah, it really wasn't too dirty in there, so that's good. I'm just hoping when I get this back on, it goes back centered, because the last time I put this back together, it was not perfectly centered, and it drove me nuts, and it took me forever to really get it back in there. So let's see if we can get this down. Good. Tighten that up just for now. And the other thing I would say on pocket clips is, obviously, like I said, with my Spyderco, the Lynch Northwest was a super awesome clip, and I really want to look into getting another one for my Benchmade if they make them for the Mini Griptilian. I think they do. I'm assuming they probably do. But let me know what other kind of clips are out there, like aftermarket clips like Lynch Northwest or anybody else. And it went back in pretty center. You're gonna get that oil around in there. I think I'm a little too tight on the pivot. Back just a little bit. Oh man, I always love cleaning a knife and the after effects of it because it's so comfortable. All right, I think that's it. So, main takeaways: deep carry is my favorite for a folder, hands down. The mini deep carry specifically from Benchmade. It's small. It hides it in the pocket well. And I don't know, it's a nice clip. Then Lynch Northwest, love those clips. I should probably get some more of those anyways for my knives, because they're super nice, and I love the color styles that you can get. Fixed blades, my go-to sheath is anything in this style right here. These are my go-to because, as you can see, the handle to belt clip ratio is all about the same, to where the handle of the knife is riding right at or just a little bit above the belt line, where this one is even more perfect because it's down a little bit below the belt line. And so this one is definitely the easiest for me to carry and my favorite to carry since I put this on here. So again, let me know what kind of pocket clips y'all like, what kind of sheaths y'all like for your fixed blades, and please give me some suggestions or recommendations for other aftermarket clips. Like I said, Lynch Northwest is genuinely, that I can think of off the top of my head right now, the only aftermarket clips that I've seen or heard of or really know about. Like, I don't know a whole lot else because I don't really buy a whole lot of aftermarket stuff for my knives. Outside of the Lynch Northwest I got and the Sagewood gear, that's really about it. The Ulti clip came with one of my knives, so even though it is an aftermarket part, it came with one of the knives that I bought, so I don't really count that. So please, like I said, let me know what else is out there. I'm sure I could go on and do the research and find some, but I want to hear from anyone that is actually using it and carrying it and has their opinions. I don't want to just go onto the store or go onto the website and look at them and be like, oh, that looks cool. Let me try that. And then I waste my money. I want to hear some opinions and some honest reviews from you guys on what are some great aftermarket clips or even sheaths. I would also like to get a in pocket sheath. I was talking about this with someone the other day. The leather sheath with the ulti clip on it that can kind of go right there in the front pocket. I think that metal and leather together just looks super nice. So something like that. Give me some suggestions. Give me some comments on what y'all like, what y'all prefer, and some good companies out there that's making good stuff for both pocket clips and sheaths. So that's all I got for today's knife talk. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for watching. If you're still here at the end of this, I appreciate it. Hopefully you're all enjoying this. Let me know some other topics that maybe we could get into and discuss in some of these knife talk episodes. And until then, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.